Hi and welcome to Outwell.com. In this session we're going to be taking a look at the Fusion 400, which is in our Smart Tunnel collection. What we're going to do is just show you how to pitch the tent, but first of all show you that it comes in this storage bag here. Nice and easy to carry about. So like I say, we'll just take it out of the bag and we'll show you how to pitch it. So when we take it out, we can see that we've got this elastic strap around here. If we just take that off and get it out of the way. Now, ideally what you want to do is kind of throw this up into position, but because this is a 4-man version, sometimes it can take just a little bit more persuasion just to get it into the right sort of shape. So we'll just do that just now. So there we go. So that's basically how to get it into the initial position, and then it's just a case of going around and actually pitching it properly from here on. Okay, so now that the tent has been fully pitched, we'll just take you through some of the features. The fly sheet of the Fusion 400 is our Outex 4000. Now that's a polyester material that's fully PU coated on the inside and has full tape seams as well. That gives it a hydrostatic head of 4000 millimeters. The guy lines that we use, you can see, are luminous, so they're very easy to spot when it's a little bit darker. And each guy line also has its own retainer here. What that's used for is just when you're taking down the tent, you can take the guy line out, roll it up in your hand and just pop it into that retainer there, so it's nice and easily accessible the next time you come to use the tent. Just on the front here, we can see that we have this ventilation pocket. There's one on either side of the door, and what that's there for is when the door is closed, you'll still get some nice cool fresh air coming into the tent, which will obviously keep you a little bit more comfortable. Just popping into the tent, you can see the ground sheet that we use here is a 100% Oxford polyester, so it's really tough and it's really durable. A really nice feature of this tent is the Outwell sealed ground system. Fixed ground system, sorry, and what that means is that the ground sheet itself is actually sealed onto the fly sheet around the edges from front right to the back. So what that means is you're not going to get any water coming in through the edges, you're going to keep out any drafts and those unwanted insects as well. So the inner tent obviously is towards the back of the tent here, and we can actually see that quite unique for this style of tent is that we actually do have a separate inner to the fly sheet, and that's just attached via these mesh panels across the top here. The inner tent is a breathable polyester, and as you can see we have large mesh panels all the way around just to help with better ventilation, and at the back that corresponds to outside ventilation. Just on either side of the sleeping compartment as well we have small mesh storage pockets, ideal for smaller bits and pieces. And then at the front of the tent here we can also see that we do have these windows on here, just allowing a little bit of light into the porch area, but each window does have its own curtain which is just toggled away, but that can be brought down just to give you a little bit more privacy as well. Okay, so now we'll just show you how to take down the tent. A couple of quick tips for you before we do that though, is if you've got your inner tent's door stowed away, just take that out of its storage pocket and leave it loose. And also, just if you have your front door rolled away, just take that out as well. What that means is that the tent will hopefully pack down a little bit smaller. Another tip for you is just to leave your front door open, because when it comes to folding down the tent you want the air to be able to get outside. So what we do is we gather up the poles on the front of the tent with one hand, like so. If we grab hold of these in the middle, and then if we, with the other hand, we gather the two poles at the back of the tent and we just fold it into this sort of position here. Now this sometimes can be the tricky bit, but what we need to do is we just cross this one over the top like this, but it's kind of one swift motion. So what we do is we cross it over and bring it down like so. Once you're in this position here, what you want to do is push straight down, and as you're pushing down, force the tent into a figure of 8 sort of shape. Now don't worry if you've got bits poking out here, that's fine, because what happens is when we take this side and we bring it over into this position here, we can see that you will start to take that sort of circular shape. And then from here, all we want to do is just kind of bring it into shape, roughly the same sort of size as the bag. Again, don't worry too much if it's not a perfect circle, because it will still fit in the bag. The bag is slightly oversized for the tent, so it makes it nice and easy. Just take this elastic strap here, take it over one side, and over the top, and that just holds everything in place. When we lift it up here, we just want to make sure that we're getting everything gathered up here, like so. So like I say, I mean, it's not a perfect circle at the moment, but that's fine because all we need to do is just slide the bag on over the top, like this, and then we can see that from there, it's going to fit in there, no problem at all. And then it's just a case of zipping it up. So that's our Fusion 400.